everybody. Welcome to Monday's Solarpreneur Training. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Agnes, for joining me. How's your week been?
Good. Busy as usual.
Mine was pretty busy,
I had
too.
my gala, and it went well, so.
Congratulations. I hope you guys meet or exceeded your fundraising expectations.
It's only the second one, so we didn't have a lot of expectations, but I think we did quite well. Still working on it.
Well, yeah, it's never over, is it? It's just the highlight to get the focus on things, and then you get the commitments. Then you have to go back and follow up on those commitments, right?
Right.
Hey, come on! You see, I'm sure it's not simple or easy, but that's part of the challenge, isn't it? Plus, it works your people skills, so that applies again back to your business and working for yourself. So today, I'm going to look at the first three communications: one phone message, a first email, and then a second phone message that would be sent out over a 5-day period. And get some feedback and try to improve the flow of the scripts, the languaging, maybe shorten them up as much as possible, because as people that know me well, I can talk too much. So I need help sometimes putting the brakes on and cleaning things up so that they're edible and digestible for everybody that's going to see them. So I'm going to find the screen share button here, find the entire screen and share. There's that wonderful cascade thing until I bring up Facebook. Everybody see Facebook?
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful. Here we go. The first message. This is on the first phone call, which was designed to be within 2 hours of me getting the lead at 7:30 in the morning. I actually have a timestamp on the form that they come with that tells me when the person was on the website, so I can add that in here if I want to, if I've checked or if it's relevant. It's a good thing to check to make sure that they weren't on there at 2 o'clock in the morning and you're not dialing them at 6, because if they were up online at 2 o'clock in the morning, they probably won't want a phone call at 6.
Oh, how do you know what time they tell you?
In the spreadsheet, the last box on the very, very far right is the timestamp when the person was on the website filling out the application form that you got the information from. Oh. So if you start there before each phone call, you can actually check to make sure it's at least 6 hours from the time they were on the site if it was the middle of the night. If it's the middle of the day, you might want to follow them immediately because you know they were up and just on the site 2 hours ago. So just something else. It's amazing the amount of data they're able to draw in the spreadsheet. You get 11 pieces of information about your client if they filled out all the boxes. And in my experience so far, most people have filled out 7 or 8 of the boxes. The least I've seen anybody fill in is 6 out of the 11 possible places to leave information. So these people are fairly serious because it's a long form and you have to watch the video and then roll down to the form. So it's a commitment on their time. You know, they're going to have to spend at least 5 minutes to get to the form, even if they clicked the video off and didn't watch the second video. So this is if they don't pick up the phone, which I find a lot of people seem to be working during the day, because if I'm calling, it's actually 9:30 or 10:30 or 11:30 because they're Central, Eastern, or Mountain. Quite often, I've only had a few people from the West Coast so far. It's hi. This is Michael Pierce from the Power Leadership Team. I'm calling about your application to join Power, and if I know the time, I'll say it there at 6 o'clock yesterday or 9 o'clock last night. I want to get you off to a fast start before the cost goes up in just 6 days. We are returning calls as fast as we can here in Power. The response from Earth Day campaign has been so overwhelming. We've had thousands of people responding, and many of these new people could be positioned as part of your team if you're ready to jump in now. Call Michael 1-250-703-6967. That's in Canada. I'm available from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to help you. Let's get you a grid invite as soon as possible. I will be sending you an email next with all my contact information. It's from mpierce991@gmail. Check your spam if you don't find it in your inbox. That's Michael Pierce, Game Changer at Power. Thanks for your time. Have a great day. Look forward to hearing from you.
That last little bit you read wasn't on there.
Nope, and it's never well, that's the closest I would ever use that script. When I say script, it's a guideline because you need to be focused, but I find that every time, some point during the piece, based on what I already know from the information I've reviewed in the funnel, as to whether they're a homeowner, because it asked that question, whether they're interested in the business, all these pieces, you can add key bits at different things to personalize it. I like to mention their name. Like I said, if I know the time that they called and it's relevant, I'll fit the time in because then it helps them think about when it was, what it was, and the more recent the better, because people aren't used to being followed up with immediately, and they usually aren't, followed up by a live person. It's that series of emails, and my best response so far has actually been from my second message, but I'm going to pop the script back up.
Are you prepared if they actually answer the phone? Do you have a few points ready for that?
Yeah. Let me.
All I'm thinking is you admit that sometimes you say too much, or you keep talking. So to have just a few bullet form points might be
the company provided a 5-page document.
Oh, it looks like Robin's in, but she can see us and hear us, but she's not part of it. So I don't know.
Not sure why that happens. I think she probably followed the link from the group, not the email. Want to make sure moderator. Yeah, just a second. I think I can pull her over here to join us. There's a way to hit a plus sign here. So if she accepts, she'll join us. I just hit the plus button. And it should bring her across into the live.
You can actually talk to her. It sounds like she can see us and hear us. She just isn't part of it.
I see that little on the chat line.
Okay, Robin, I just hit the plus button to invite you over to the live hangout. You should be able to hit the join button that pops up and come back in. If you didn't get invited back to visit, just follow the link again and see what happens. We have to figure out what the difference is with you and everybody else because you never seem to be able to join the meeting live.
So, are you saying there's a difference between the link that you put in the group and the link in the emails?
Yeah, the link in the emails is personalized to the individual, to their email address. The link in the group is one that I populate from inside the webinar at the invite button. So at the top of the page, there's a place you can click to invite people by name or email, but it also provides a link, and that's a direct link. But it would seem that link puts you in the audience. With this setup,
so I just going to say maybe you don't post that one then if...
Yeah, I could look in the back. There's probably a way to post a group link from inside the webinar. I just haven't found the right link. Some people seem to have a problem with finding it in their email. Both Lori and Sarah had my email going to the spam, or were in the wrong one of their multiple emails looking for it. Not 100% sure. So as to your question, Agnes, when somebody calls, I'm just going to pop it up here before I go and show everybody. I got to go into my Google Drive and pull up the document. The company sent out a 5-page document, so I have that open on my desktop before I start the conversation because it has a talking points thing and a basic if they answer script. And it's just to keep you on point, like you were saying. If you don't have directions or guidelines, you could just ramble on for hours. So I'm going to open up their letter, and I'll share a bit of it with you. It just takes a second to process all the steps.
Now, have you heard any more about what the point was of that call last week? Like, the three of us were invited to join. I was on it. Like, what's...
I'm not 100% sure, and I'm certainly not included in the information. I thought it was an introduction to the Leads campaign because it was the same time 1 week later from mine, and I was told to invite my next 3 people for the next part of their training. We didn't receive any training. We didn't receive any information other than we're so happy you're all here and you've all done something. So I'm a little bit confused, but again, they don't tell me a lot. I get to talk to Vanessa once a day, usually in a chat when she says she's dropped my 4 or 5 people for the day that I get to try and follow up with. I know that there was 3 days last week where there was no leads at all for anybody, and I think there was a problem with their marketing campaign or some point in the process because it wasn't live, it wasn't working. But for the last 4 days, it's been working each day.
And how are you doing with your leads? Are you getting signups?
I have 2 people that I'm going to talk to today that are probably both signups. One's already come and found me on Facebook. I've already talked to him twice. Went Sunday morning, and then his wife caught him and took him to church. And he called me back last night about 4:30 and said that he was working today as a substitute teacher till 4:30. He agreed to be a 3-way on to Bobby Smith's call at 5 o'clock. And during our conversation, he told me that 2 years ago his nearing business had 77 active people in it, and part of the problem he's having today is he's still paying for the BMW E1 because he's not working that business anymore, but he's got a 5-year lease on the BMW E1 for them because they were making his payment when he was pushing their business, and now he's, yeah.
There's always a catch.
But if the guy's had 77 people in his Nerium business 2 years ago, I'm sure he can find, you know, a big group as I've got here for his power business, and he's actually in a state that's active, so it's kind of cool. The other guy, he's called me 4 times in the last 2 days, and he is keen and interested. I'm getting together with him at 4 o'clock this afternoon, and he's coming to the call tonight too on his own, probably bringing a guest. He just needed information to get him there.
Would it be worthwhile you getting a Skype phone number or something so that it doesn't cost people money to phone you?
I'd certainly want to look at that. Part of the problem I'm having right now is I already have so many lines of communication, I don't get everybody responded to efficiently. But I more than set up a new one, I need to streamline what I'm doing, if that makes sense.
As long as you've got a phone number, though, that people can phone without paying.
The only problem I've had is people that don't have Canadian calling on their U.S. cell phone. And that's only been 1 person so far. But they emailed me and I phoned them, so it became a non-issue. But I certainly should look at something that's free and international. I hadn't, until I started this campaign, had it as an issue. I was just happy I had North American calling for $10 a month and was able to call them, you know, included in that. But I guess depending on where you are, who you do business with, Canada may be outside of your regular circle of. One thing I have found is only 25% of the people that responded within the first week, but people are still responding 1 week later, finally getting to it, if that makes sense. And I send something out either by email, the company system, or by voice every day, once a day, one of the things, not all the things. So I'll send a company video in a Gmail. People that accept it are also in my solopreneur list, but only one of the 12 I put into that because I don't put them in don't offer them the solopreneur list until day 4 in the process. So each day they're getting something different that they could opt in for. So 1 person's gone into the solopreneur list, 2 people have joined me on Facebook from the first invitation. So I'm going to go back to the company script here for a second. Kill the box. This one. So the company gives us this 5-page write-up. Part of it is the places in the funnel that your customer is going to see before you get to them and after the whole 5-step process of their funnel. There's a little bit of information for us. And then there's how do you start a call. Simply, hi, this is Michael. I just got your application and wanted to return your call about power. Is now a good time to talk for a few minutes? And then they suggest building some rapport. So you can ask them what inspired them to apply after seeing the video. expand upon what they liked from the video, what question they have to do. They've just given you some ideas of places you can take the conversation right away. And they've given a little talk here about positioning. So it's a $3 million business so far with 2 years invested. People are already positioned for multi-six-figure incomes in this year, calendar year. Make sure you let these folks know that there's the one-time opportunity to get people involved before the national launch and the price goes up. So right now they're pushing this price increase in 5 days because everybody wants to save some money, and Power's in the business of saving people money, so we're all supposed to get the word out to everybody that might be interested. All that sort of communication. And then the next round will be focused on getting people to the national convention, which is the last weekend in July in San Diego. Sarah's offered to put up any Canadians at her place, which is like a 20 or 30-minute drive from the actual event center. They give some more information. There's some videos here that you can go to YouTube and share with your customers. I have my own selection of videos I like. The first video I'll send somebody is that little 2-minute cartoon about your choice. I like it. It's cute. It's easy to digest. It's short. Then I'll give them a 10 or 11-minute piece from Jonathan they haven't seen, or send them back to the original 11-minute presentation. So the email I was talking about is here, and this is titled Follow Up on Your Power Application. This is Hi Kathy, Michael Pierce, Game Changer from the Power Leadership Team. I'm following up on your application to join Power you submitted. I called and left a voicemail earlier this morning or yesterday. I added that because I hadn't gotten back to her. Normally it's just this morning because I'm always mailing this out in the afternoon. So I'll call them in the morning, and about 3 or 4 hours later after I've had lunch, I'll send them out my email.
Can I stop you right there?
Yeah.
You're following up on the application you submitted to join Power.
Mm-hmm. Oh. This should be the other way around?
Yeah, just take you submitted
Mm-hmm.
and put it after application.
Oh, good. I called and left a voicemail earlier this morning. I'm going to kill that yesterday because I don't want to be late again. This is the email I told you about then. I've been running for days because the response to this Earth Day campaign, I guess that'd be because of the response to this Earth Day campaign. We were looking for people to share the Power message with the world. I've added my favorite Power video for you to check out. Call or email me. Let me know at the first opportunity we will be able to speak. I've given them my phone number, the hours I'm available, and a link to my Facebook. Look forward to speaking to you soon, Kathleen. Sincerely, Michael Jean Pierce, Power Partner. And that is the whole first email.
When they go send a message by phone to you on your cell, do you have to pay for their call as well?
I pay $10 a month to Kudo to have U.S. long distance covered. I also have $2 Canadian-wide calling plan as part of that package. So it costs me $12, and I can call anywhere in Canada or U.S. If I want to add Mexico, I can do that for, I think it was $13 or $14 the last time I asked them. But because Sarah has a U.S. phone line, I haven't needed a Mexican. Yeah, it just hasn't been needed. I'm certainly not going to add another $15 to my $100 phone bill before I have to. So yeah, that's not too long or too much information.
Michael?
Yeah?
Just for the sake of tidiness, here is a link. You've got LL instead of LI.
Here's a link.
Oh. LI? Oh, I see. LL. Huh. You are smart.
And then take the comma out, please.
Okay.
Okay, now where it says caller, I'm just tidying up for the sake of like the look of it. So call or email me. Put your cursor before the C and just back it up that one space so that it's at the edge again. There, thank you.
Yeah, no.
Okay, sorry, what was the bottom? Oh. I need the screen back up. There. The cap lock thing at the bottom, I don't know, it always seems like you're shouting at somebody when it's all cap locks.
Okay.
And then, okay, so be sure you don't need a comma after that. Be sure you let everyone know. Be sure you let everyone. Oh, I see. Let everyone you know. Instead of having two no's, why don't you just put understand or something?
There we go. Yes, because that always confused me. It really messed me up. It was like, how can I make this fit?
Yeah, be sure you let everyone you know understand that this is their only opportunity. Okay, yeah.
Go. Better.
Sorry, I'm just. And take the period out of after up. If you're going to put a period in, put it in after April 30th.
Oh, wrong one. Your baby background, can you hear that?
No.
Good thing I have headphones.
No, I'm still trying to get Robin on the call here.
I cannot see your script anymore, Michael.
No?
No, there, I see it now.
When I'm moving it, I guess you can't see it. It's only when
Every time you move something, I get Agnes fills the screen, not the script. So.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm muting myself, so I don't.
I can fix that. I thought I had the box on me, but maybe that.
No, what happens is whenever one of us makes, because the same thing happens every time Peter moves, I get him. So I've been muting myself in between my comments, so I apologize for that.
No, it's all good. We'll work on it. I thought when I had myself boxed that it would stay on me, but I guess that doesn't happen anymore once I go to screen share. So somewhere there's probably a switch for that. So this is the second message that I send them on day 5 if I haven't had any response. And this is actually the one that's gotten me my 2 responses from the gentlemen that are coming to the meeting tonight, and they both got this phone call message yesterday. And I'm finding I'm getting a higher rate of return on my phone calls than I am on my emails, but I'm only 21 people in, so it's really hard to give any opinion as to which way works better. But I'm going with call and an email, call, email, call. Haven't got to the third call yet. That's first people get that today, actually. That's the next thing.
Is this a call or an email, this one?
This
is a phone call?
Second call message.
Okay. So it's your call. So punctuation basically doesn't matter if it's just a phone call.
It's not super important, but you can educate me while we're here if you don't mind.
Okay, well, I've been asked to follow up until I get a response. It's just until, no comma.
The pause happens naturally. You don't have to tell people.
Well, why do you need to pause? You don't need to pause. If you're interested in getting your piece, we want you on this team. You don't need again. You don't need a comma after the W or after the world. If you want to keep doing what you have been doing, that's apostrophe S, fine too. I'm not here to beg you, which I don't know. I don't like that word, but I'd rather say bug. Like, I'm not here to bug you or something. Beg is just
actually. Yeah.
Which is I put that in the email too. Bug you. In my experience, anyone that takes time. Why not ask for Michael and let me know or something?
Yeah, I guess they have my phone number. If I've called them, it's going to be on call.
Oh, well, no, I mean, that's fine. I'll give it to them again. That's okay. I just meant put an and in after Michael. It's sort of...
Oh, I can say here's... No.
Now you've taken out your phone number.
I did. In from typing. Education process. Anybody can do it.
Okay, the word just... Oops.
Doesn't fit here?
The word just is a word. So if you would rather be a Solar City customer or something.
Order air cleaner. That's good.
Solar City customer, get the rooftop system. The rooftop. Oh, okay. I've lost it again.
Or you need to be off the screen, sorry.
I can't make any comment because I can't see anything.
Really?
Okay, I'll mute for a minute, Peter, and then it'll come up for you.
Nope, nothing.
I don't know what that problem is.
There it is now. What's that little S at the end of model on that line?
That was added by Robin. It's different business model or models.
Oh.
It's the proper grammatically way to type it, I guess. I'm not 100% sure, but that was one of Robin's corrections. And this piece here I've actually taken out. I just left it in here for comment. Originally, it fit in here. But then I was thinking about how long the message was on the phone, and I cut it out. But I didn't want to just completely throw it away without feedback and to let you guys have your opinion, because
I think Robin might have been just putting something in there to bring it to your attention, because it's just models plural. M-O-D-E-L-S.
Oh, there you go. Because each one of you also had a different way of highlighting what the corrections were, so it started to get to be like, ah! It's entertaining. I learned a lot. Thank you all. But do I need to have the little bit at the bottom inserted in the message, or should I keep it as short as possible, being that this is the second phone call on day 4?
That last line there, I think, is important because
the no monthly reoccurring expenses.
Yeah.
I think they're all important. I just didn't want to get I didn't want to have a 2-minute message again for them to listen to. I might actually wait and bring this up the next time I call on day 6.
Can you explain to me what you mean when you say Powur offers the best options from a lot of different business models? Like have they taken different options from different business models, or are they better than most business models? I don't understand.
Well,
didn't understand.
it's a hybrid business. In a traditional network marketing company, the company makes most of its money off internal consumption. Powur doesn't have internal consumption unless you choose to be a Solar City customer, but because they're a referral-based company, it's not really internal consumption. Does that make sense? Like usually the reps are the customers. That's not the model here at Powur. It's more of a public business where they're trying to share the profit from the enterprise with everybody involved, or at least that's the impression they're trying to give with it. The other things that make it different and a better option, most network marketing businesses or online training platforms, they have a monthly cost to be a participant, whether it's buying product or whether it's paying for your website or paying for your access to their, yeah.
Sorry, I lost you completely there. It was like you disappeared off the face of the earth.
Oh. In a lot of these business models, there's an ongoing expense to participate in the business that comes out either as access to the company's website, shared platform, or their educational material, or your actual consumption of the product. And again, there's no ongoing expenses. It's a one-time sign-up fee like a franchise, so they've got that going for them. And in a lot of ways, this is a traditional business like running a call center, because in the end, you're going to be managing your staff while they're contacting their leads to become partners or Solar City customers, and they're going to be using you as their supervisor to three-way call to close people to finish the next step in the transaction, because people usually want to talk to a superior or get more information than the person they were introduced to. So it's taken good things about every business and put them all in one place so that this business model can work different than any one individual traditional business has before it. I
think that the disconnect for me is that they've looked at a lot of, according to your words there, they've looked at a lot of different business models, but then you only come up with 2 things. Which seems, so maybe, if it was from several different business models or something.
So maybe this really should be the next email, and I should find 4 or 5 examples like I just shared with you and just talk about how Powur is different from traditional business models.
Well, I mean, you could even just leave it the way it is and put, instead of a lot of, just put several different business models. It's your call there. I don't, because as I said, there's just a disconnect that if they've looked at a lot of different business models and they've only come up with 2 ideas.
Yeah, I'll be able to remember that for the next time I want to go through it in more detail. So I think it would go in here best.
Paste your first part first. You lost it.
That's okay. I see what I did.
Yep. You can just undo, undo, undo.
Yeah, no, that'll work. Oh, I got it twice there. People edit this stuff or I really look stupid. There we go. It'll fit in one page too, because that's something else to be aware of. You don't want to be rolling up and down or looking for stuff. So I only have open the script I might need, because you don't want to have all this up there when the person answers or doesn't.
Okay, now you have totally lost your 2 examples.
Yes, because I took them out.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit those later as part of a more detailed piece. I don't want to get this to be a page essay in 2.5 minutes on the phone. I've already had 1 hang up. That's not bad, I guess, out of 21 calls. I've called 17 of them twice, so I actually had 38 calls. I've had 1 hang up. Anybody else can weigh in on that? Is that good or bad?
It seems strange they'd hang up if they'd requested the information, but who knows? I mean, if it happens in the middle of the night, they're just filling in forms.
Their wife or didn't, even not even absolutely sure it was the person I was supposed to talk to, because you don't know how many people are at the other end of the phone. But I got to the I'm Michael with Power, and I was saying leadership because I heard the phone line go dead, and it's like, well, that's kind of weird. But like I said, 1 out of 38 calls. I'm not going to let it find anything. I'm sure that there's unhappy people all over the world that fill something out, and there's remorse later when somebody calls them to probably sell them something. So did this Power offers the best option of several business models fit where I put it?
I think it's the type of sentence that that's why it wasn't a big deal having the examples in there. It was just that there was only 2 examples from a lot of different business models.
Okay, I see what you mean.
What did you do after that hang up?
I actually stopped calling for a while and went and ate lunch, and then came back and picked up where I was in the list and called.
But did you email them the same?
No, I haven't responded.
I'm just wondering if it would be, because if it was somebody who sort of said, "Oh, this is just a weird call," and the person who actually wanted the contact didn't know you called, a follow-up email.
Oh.
And even if you say, "Oh, I think we were I was accidentally disconnected or something when I phoned, so I'm just going to follow up by email to get you the information and whatever, blah blah blah."
There you go.
Feel free to call me back. And I mean, you don't need to keep on harassing them if they don't get back to you that one. But as I say,
don't just ignore it. But yeah,
I wouldn't assume that a disconnect is.
Yeah, like it could have been a kid or a spouse or you just don't know. The dog could have. Good point.
The battery could have died.
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, I've done that before.
That, on the call, actually, we're supposed to follow up with these leads, so they actually tell us they don't want to hear from us. But I guess if I was the person paying for the lead, I'd want that to be the case. Especially when a lot of sales stuff I say, it says they have to see anywhere from 8 to 11 times, depending on who you're listening to, before they take you seriously. So I guess they want the multiple follow-up and multiple mediums. One thing I need to learn how to do is how to push videos on my phone. That's what some people here are having success. They're sending the 1 minute and 14-second introduction video to everybody on their phone. I don't know how to do that. I have no idea how to save it to my phone or how to load it to my phone or how to send it out from my phone. So if you know anything about that, Agnes, we would appreciate some direction.
I don't know anything about it.
But so there's no monthly auto ship here at Power. Second thing that we're different. You choose your own team of partners. Got that wrong. What was the third one? No monthly auto ship. You choose your own team of partners. It's like running a traditional. I should say that. It's in the wrong spot.
Is that a good thing, the call center?
Don't know. But it's the way a lot of businesses make a lot of money. Oh, maybe I should say managing. I like to manage for people. extra spaces.
In the original, you had something about. Oh, there you're putting it in now.
I spelled French as wrong. Thanks.
ISE. Take the second C out, yeah. Put the N in.
Yeah, says it's an incomplete sentence. Maybe we don't need managing the call center. That might not excite as many people.
Oh, okay, I'm losing.
You're not able to hang around?
No, I'm just not following what you're doing.
Well, so far I've got no monthly auto ship. You choose your own team of partners, like managing a traditional call center, and I think I'm going to take that out because even when I read it, it doesn't excite me at all. It's got a one-time startup fee, like a franchise. It's tech-driven by apps for your cell, like Uber was. Like Uber was the transportation business, Power will be to the energy industry. I'm not here to bug you. In my experience, anybody who takes the time to fill in the company's long form application was seriously interested when they did so. And then just my name, let me know, and if you'd rather be a solicited customer, we can get back to that. It's a completely different conversation, one we could have when you get back to me. So that is the end of the third message, and as far as I've gotten in all this excitement. No, I don't want to do that. I want to minimize it. All right, that's as far as I can get today. I have a lady to call in 9 minutes to get back to.
Okay.
I'm going to have to wrap up today's session. If you'd like to take another crack at that things that businesses excited you, maybe you could each give me something that you like about the Power business model, and I'll insert that in there to make better examples.
I think if this is just a phone message, then, you know, like to hit a few high points is probably all you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, if it's your phone call, then put in those points that attracted you.
Yeah, that makes sense. And hopefully the people I've attracted.
That sounds like okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't want to go on too long. I have a habit of, you know, just talking till people hang up. Not that I've done that yet on this whole campaign, but I'm sure it's happened at some point in my life. But I'd like to thank you both for coming and helping me out with this project. It is really nice to have feedback. You both offer skills that I'm not strong at, and I believe that is where the team is successful. When we all bring what we got to the table and work as a group to improve the basics, it gets easier when other people have to repeat it, and then the process exists, and it can be duplicated. In the beginning, there was no process. We're not even doing exactly what we were doing at the beginning of this adventure. But I'm confident now that things are up and running that it's going to get better on a regular basis as the information gets shared amongst our group. I just wish there was an easier system for getting that information out to everybody. And since I'm not inside on the management team, I'm just a person that has some access. I'm not always aware of exactly what their plans are. I just know that this campaign is being set up to be a company-wide adventure within the next 90 days, and that people on our teams will be the first people included. So thanks for helping me clean these things up. I will let you know this week how it all turns out. I should have good news tomorrow in the Power group with at least one of these two gentlemen. They seem quite keen, and one's already gone through the invite process and accepted his invitation. It's completed inside my dashboard, first one in this campaign. So that's pretty nice after getting his number on Sunday morning or Saturday morning and only having talked to him twice for a few minutes.
That's good. Mm-hmm.
So thank you both for your continuing efforts and support. I am going to stop the broadcast and go and find my Skype session for my next call in 5 minutes with the first lead of the day. Thanks.
All right. And Robin tried about a dozen times to get in, but couldn't succeed. So.
Could it be a pop-up thing on her computer or something like that? Windows 10 thing? I don't know.
I don't know. Might be something to look at. Yeah. So, alrighty. She's been listening, so.
Great. Maybe tomorrow or Wednesday, when Robin has some time, she can call me and we'll set up one of these hangout calls at the time, and we'll see if we can get her on board that way, see if I can poke around. It might be easier if there's just two of us and if there's only one invite so there's no confusion.
Okay, Robin, if you can hear this, don't close out this window until I come upstairs.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Robin.
All right. Thanks, Michael.
Thanks, Peter.
Bye.
Bye.